Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our channel. Today we have a special treat for all you book lovers out there. We'll be diving into a book summary of Keep Going, 10 Ways to Stay Creative in Good Times and Bad by Austin Kleon. This insightful book provides readers with practical advice and inspiration on how to keep going in their creative endeavors, even when faced with challenges or setbacks. So, let's dive into the summary of this incredible book. But before we dive into the content, I kindly request a moment of your time to appreciate this video by liking it, subscribing to the channel, and ringing that notification bell. Your support means a lot to me. Thanks a lot. Are you feeling stuck in a creative rut? Do you struggle to find the motivation to keep going with your projects? Well, fear not, because Austin Kleon has got your back. In this book, he shares his 10 principles for staying creative, offering a roadmap to help you navigate through both the good times and the bad ones. Keep Going by Austin Kleon is a guidebook for creative people who are struggling to stay creative and motivated. It offers strategies for overcoming obstacles, finding inspiration, and staying on track with your goals. Austin Kleon is the New York Times best-selling author of Steal Like an Artist and Show Your Work. Together with Keep Going, these books form a trilogy that boasts more than 1 million copies in print and has been translated into more than 24 languages. He is also a public speaker whose speaking engagements have included top-tier organizations such as Google and Pixar. In both his books and his public speaking, his work centers on promoting creativity in the modern world. Keep Going by Austin Kleon is a book that offers valuable insights and practical advice on how to stay creative and motivated, even in the face of challenges. Here's why this book is worth reading. Full of inspiring quotes and anecdotes, it encourages readers to keep pursuing their creative passions and not give up. Presenting relatable experiences and relaying personal stories, the book resonates with readers, making it an engaging and relatable read. Keep Going teaches us how to persist in creative work when our brain wants to take 1 million different paths, showing us how to harness our brain power in moments of innovation as well as tediousness. Throughout time, creativity is something that accompanied our development as humans. Without it, our mind couldn't develop properly and humanity couldn't have discovered all the remarkable things we know today. On a smaller scale, everybody uses creativity in their personal lives one way or another. Some people rely on it with their professions as well. Therefore, when our mind catches on a negative slope, our creative being suffers. After all, it's pretty tough to come up with concepts and play with ideas if your mind isn't in the right place. Still, everybody has good and bad days, so Keep Going by Austin Kleon addresses ways to fix issues related to creativity and keep innovating even in times of hardship. The book addresses ways to make your creativity flourish and find ways to be creative and never give up on your work. Here are my 3 favorite lessons from the book. Establish a daily routine by finding what works best for your creative self. Creating a bliss station can help you prepare for work both mentally and physically. Protect your creativity by staying organized, napping, and avoid following trends always. Now, let's take each lesson one by one and explore the main ideas each section has to offer. Lesson 1. Find whatever floats your boat, and add that to your daily routine to set the mood for work. Everybody functions in a different way, and when it comes to work, there's no such thing as one size fits all. Just like one person is good at math while the other is good at arts, we all have different stimuli that get us motivated and ready to work, and that's what everything is about when it comes to preparing your mind and body for something that requires creative thinking. For example, the famous German poet Goethe used to smell rotten apples before getting into his writing. The lesson here is, find whatever floats your boat and add it into your daily routine to set the mood for work. Now, about the daily ritual routine, schedule, or however you want to call it, you need that. If you feel like timing your day is something that will take your freedom away, think again. How much time do you spend procrastinating or thinking about the amount of work you have to do, and how much time do you spend actually working? Scheduling helps you set the time frame for work while keeping work away from your free time. All you have to do is find the right time for you, such as early in the morning before everyone wakes up, late at night, or perhaps during the day in a coffee shop. Moreover, find a thing that puts you in the mood for work. Could be making a coffee, putting on a playlist, or stretching for 15 minutes. Whatever works best for you is what you'll want to add to your schedule before work time. so that you prepare your mind and body for the creative process. Lesson 2. Set up a bliss station to focus on your work better. Bliss station is a concept developed by the famous writer Joseph Campbell, and it implies setting up a work spot after your own taste. Building up a creative space allows you to retreat into a safe space where your creative being can express itself without being disturbed. Therefore, it's particularly important to embrace your bliss station as something sacred, where nothing can interrupt your work. Start from an empty room, a garage, or if you don't possess such a large space, grab a spot at any table in your house and make it your own. Your bliss station doesn't necessarily have to be a place in your house. There's many freelancers working from coffee shops or social pubs. Or even better, turn your bliss station into a day or time of the day, instead of thinking about it as a certain location, especially if you don't have access to a physical space. Therefore, pick a time interval where you're home alone, or when you get a chance to enjoy the peace and quiet, and that's your bliss station. To fully reap the benefits of this concept, you'll have to take care of your bliss station. No disturbances allowed means getting rid of all factors that could interfere with your working time. You can try leaving your phone in airplane mode and recreate the environment of a plane. During a fight, there's no outside factors that can affect you, such as news, notifications, social media, etc. You get plenty of time on your hands to work or simply think about your life. Essentially, this is what your station is for, so give the airplane mode a try. Lesson 3. Declutter your space, nap more, and stay authentic to your art instead of chasing profits. So far, we've discussed the importance of creating a schedule, putting your mind to work, creating a bliss station, and filtering all potential distractions out. Now, let's delve into why staying organized, napping, and avoiding prioritizing profits over art is essential to make your creative self thrive. First thing first, tidying up your station has a much larger impact than just the appearance. A decluttered space makes everything look fresh, organized, and sets the mood for work. Therefore, make sure to properly clean and tidy up your space right away. Now, about napping. Many artists, scientists, and researchers worldwide agree on the tremendous benefits of napping. Just a few minutes of napping can wash away toxins from your brain and make room for new ideas to form and connect. Lastly, be careful when it comes to monetizing your work. Not all that you create has to end up in profits, especially when it comes at the cost of you following trends and popular ideas just for the sake of money, instead of keeping your authentic self thriving. At the end of the day, even if you're a professional relying on creativity for an income, you'll find more joy in exploring subjects you're passionate about, and people love to see work made out of passion. And if you find that you're in a phase where you don't feel appreciated enough, try gifting your work. Going is full of valuable tips and tricks on how to keep creating even when you don't feel like it. If you struggle with working on your art every day, monetizing your work, or are stuck in a creative rut, this book is for you. The book's emphasis on the importance of play and rest is refreshing and valuable, reminding readers to take breaks and find joy in the process of creating. Those are the individuals who truly deserve to immerse themselves in this extraordinary book. Artists looking for inspiration, creative professionals and hobbyists feeling stuck in a rut, teachers, entrepreneurs, activists, and anyone else whose work could use a boost of creativity. The 27-year-old journalist who feels like they need to better organize their work life, the 30-year-old writer who is struggling with writer's block, and anyone who feels burned out and wants to turn their work life around. Here are the key chapters in this remarkable book, each holding valuable insights and captivating narratives that promise to engage and enlighten readers. Chapter 1. Every day is Groundhog Day. Kleon starts off by reminding readers that creativity is not about waiting for inspiration to strike, but about showing up and doing the work every day. By approaching your creative pursuits with a sense of routine and discipline, you can cultivate a sustainable and consistent creative practice. He emphasizes the importance of creating a daily ritual or habit around your creative work, regardless of whether you feel inspired or not. By showing up and putting in the work, you can tap into your creative flow and make progress on your projects, one step at a time. Chapter 2. Build a bliss station. Next, Kleon delves into the concept of creating a bliss station, a dedicated space where you can fully immerse yourself in your creative work. This sacred space should be free from distractions and conducive to deep focus and reflection. By curating a physical environment that inspires and energizes you, you can set the stage for enhanced creativity and productivity. Whether it's a cozy corner in your home, a quiet cafe, or a shared studio space, finding your bliss station can help you tap into your creative potential and create meaningful work. Chapter 3. Forget the noun, do the verb. Kleon challenges readers to shift their focus from defining themselves by labels or identities to embracing the actions that drive their creativity. Instead of fixating on being a writer, artist, or musician, focus on the act of writing, creating, or playing music. By engaging in the process of creation and honing your craft, you can break free from self-imposed limitations and discover new avenues for self-expression. Embrace the verb of creativity and allow yourself the freedom to explore and experiment without constraints. Chapter 4. Make gifts. In this chapter, Kleon explores the power of creating and sharing your work as a form of generosity. Instead of creating for validation or accolades, approach your creative endeavors as a way to connect with and give back to others. By making gifts of your work, whether it's a painting, poem, or piece of music, you can foster a sense of community and mutual support with your audience. Sharing your creativity with others not only enriches their lives, but also brings joy and fulfillment to your own creative practice. Chapter 5. The ordinary plus extra attention equals the extraordinary. Kleon emphasizes the importance of paying close attention to the world around you and finding inspiration in the mundane aspects of everyday life. By observing the beauty and intricacies of the world with fresh eyes, you can uncover hidden gems and unexpected sources of creativity. Whether it's the play of light on a city street, the patterns in nature, or the interactions of people around you, there is always something extraordinary to be found in the ordinary. Cultivate a sense of curiosity and wonder in your daily experiences, and let those moments fuel your creative endeavors. Chapter 6. Slay the art monsters. Creativity often comes with its own set of fears, doubts, and insecurities, which Kleon refers to as art monsters. These inner demons can manifest as self-doubt, perfectionism, fear of failure, or creative blockages. In this chapter, Kleon encourages readers to confront and overcome these obstacles by acknowledging them and taking action. By facing your fears head-on, you can liberate yourself from self-imposed limitations and unleash your full creative potential. Remember that every creator faces setbacks and challenges along the way. It's how you navigate and overcome them that defines your journey. Chapter 7. You're allowed to change your mind. As you grow and evolve creatively, it's natural to experience shifts in your interests, tastes, and passions. Kleon reminds readers that it's okay to change course, pivot, and explore new avenues in your creative pursuits. Embrace the fluidity of creativity and allow yourself the freedom to experiment, fail, and learn along the way. By remaining open to new possibilities and embracing change, you can stay engaged and inspired in your creative practice. Trust in your instincts, follow your intuition, and be willing to adapt as you journey through different creative phases and projects. Chapter 8. When in doubt, tidy up. Sometimes, the key to unlocking your creativity lies in simplifying and decluttering your physical and mental space. Kleon suggests that by tidying up your environment and clearing away distractions, you can create a conducive setting for deep focus and creative flow. Whether it's organizing your workspace, cleaning out your digital files, or streamlining your daily routines, decluttering can help create a sense of calm and clarity that paves the way for fresh ideas and inspiration to emerge. By creating a clean and harmonious environment, you can enhance your creativity and productivity, leading to more meaningful and fulfilling work. Chapter 9. Demons Hate Fresh Air. Kleon underscores the importance of vulnerability and authenticity in the creative process. By sharing your work with others, seeking feedback, and embracing criticism, you can strengthen your creative practice and grow as an artist. Instead of hiding your creations out of fear of judgment or rejection, open yourself up to constructive feedback and collaboration. Allow yourself to be seen and heard, even if it means exposing your vulnerabilities and imperfections. By inviting fresh perspectives and insights into your creative process, you can expand your horizons, refine your craft, and build deeper connections with your audience. Remember that growth and progress come from stepping out of your comfort zone and embracing the unknown. Chapter 10. Plant Your Garden. In the final chapter, Kleon encourages readers to focus on long-term growth and sustainability in their creative pursuits. He uses the metaphor of planting a garden to underscore the importance of nurturing your skills, cultivating meaningful relationships, and staying committed to your craft. Just as a gardener tends to their plants with care and dedication, so too must creators tend to their creative endeavors with patience and perseverance. By investing time and effort in developing your skills, fostering connections with like-minded individuals, and staying true to your creative vision, you can cultivate a rich and fulfilling creative life. Remember that creativity is a journey, not a destination. It's the ongoing process of planting seeds, tending to your garden, and watching it flourish over time. So, plant your garden, tend to your creativity with love and dedication, and let it blossom into something beautiful and enduring. Here are some invaluable insights gleaned from this captivating book. I trust you will find them exceedingly beneficial. Feel free to delve deeper into its wisdom and let it inspire new perspectives and ideas in your journey. 1. Establish a routine to make sure you show up for your work, regardless of how creative you're feeling. Let's start with a healthy dose of realism. No matter how many tricks you put up your sleeve, you're always going to experience ups and downs in your creative work. You can promote the ups and mitigate the downs, but your creativity is still going to ebb and flow. You can influence it, but you can't control it. What you can control is whether you show up for your work, ready to receive the current of creativity that comes your way, regardless of its strength. It could turn out to be a mighty rush or a pathetic trickle, but either way, you have to be there in order to harness it as best you can. And you have to keep doing that day after day, metaphorical rain or shine. After all, there's no chance of having a good work day if you're not having any work days at all. To make sure you show up for your work, there's a time-tested solution that's been the key to many creative people's success. Establishing a daily routine. Yes, that means following a work schedule. But it can also mean having certain habits and rituals that help you get into the mood to do your work. There's a wide range of possibilities. Sylvia Plath wrote early in the morning, before her children woke up. Franz Kafka wrote late at night, after his family went to sleep. John Steinbeck sharpened a dozen pencils before sitting down to write. Goethe smelled rotten apples to get his juices flowing. Hey, whatever floats your boat, just remember, it's your boat you need to float. There's no one-size-fits-all solution here. Your routine needs to be tailored to your specific needs, circumstances, and personality. When do you have time to do your work? Are you a night owl or an early bird? What gets you in the mood? In designing your routine, these are the sorts of questions you'll have to answer for yourself. Now, if you're a free-spirited creative type, the regimentation of a routine might seem rather off-putting at first. But look at it this way. The point of a routine isn't to take your freedom away. To the contrary, it's to give you the freedom to pursue your creative passions. A routine secures you a regular period of time for creative work, protected from the busyness of the rest of your life. 2. Disconnect from intrusions to give yourself the time and space to do your creative work. If you want to do creative work, you need time and space to focus on it. But in today's hectic world, it can be hard to find some peace and quiet. To escape the chaos of modern life, you can follow the lead of writer and literary scholar Joseph Campbell and build what he called a bliss station. In its most tangible form, a bliss station is a silent and secluded place where you go to do your work, perhaps a special room or a garage. 3. To support your creativity, harness the power of making lists, tidying, and sleeping. To protect your creativity from the hecticness of modern life, you're now armed with a bliss station and some healthy habits of disconnection. In this blink, we'll look at some other simple things you can do to lend some order to the chaos around you, and maybe get some inspiration in the process. The first is to make lists. There's the classic to-do list, but there are many other possibilities. The visual artist David Shrigley keeps a list of things he wants to draw. That way, when it's time to work, he's never at a loss for ideas of what to draw next. The writer Stephen Johnson keeps a list of ideas to come back to someday, and he reviews it for inspiration every couple of months. And the English rock band The Wire defined their artistic vision by writing a list of things they wouldn't do. Solos, rocking out, and ending songs on choruses. For example, to protect your creativity, avoid monetizing it entirely or becoming too obsessed with popularity. Do what you love. Many of us have internalized that often repeated message, and it's become one of the main career aspirations of our time. If you haven't already achieved it, imagine landing a job where you get paid to pursue your creative interests. Or imagine being able to support yourself by selling your work online. To many people, those scenarios sound like dreams come true. 5. Focus less on being a creative person and more on doing creative things, and let go of the idea of arriving. In the previous blink, we looked at focusing less on measuring what you do and more on simply doing it. Now we're going to look at the problem with the ultimate measure of them all. Whether or not you've arrived as an official writer, painter, filmmaker, or whatever you're aspiring to be. This is part of an unfortunate tendency to focus on the nouns, rather than the verbs of creative work. For example, sculptor, dancer, and singer. All of those titles are nouns. The corresponding verbs are the actual activities of sculpting, dancing, and singing. 6. To reignite your creativity, reconnect with a sense of playfulness. Alright, so you need to focus more on the verbs and less on the nouns of your creative work. But how do you actually do that? Well, if you want to take a masterclass on the subject, just watch some young children doing art. They're natural-born experts at valuing verbs over nouns. Not only could they hardly care less about being an official artist, but they often don't even care about the final product of their work. 7. You don't need an extraordinary life to do extraordinary creative work. Imagine if you could magically make your life 10 times cooler than it currently is. Your neighborhood, your home, your workplace, your friends, every element of your day-to-day reality has been instantly upgraded. If you could live that life, do you think it would take your creativity to the next level? Do you think the ordinariness of your current reality is the main thing holding you back? Many people fall into this trap. They think that if only their circumstances were more extraordinary, their creative work would be more extraordinary too, as if the one depended on the other. If your creative work is making you or other people miserable, it might be time to step away. When you notice you're doing something that's making you or the people around you miserable, what should you do? In your personal life, the answer is obvious. Reevaluate your behavior and try to change it for the better. That's just as true of creative work, despite an unfortunately popular myth to the contrary. Call it the myth of the tortured artist. According to this myth, if you produce great art, it somehow compensates, excuses, or even necessitates unhappiness. You can fall into addiction or be a total jerk to your family. It doesn't matter as long as your work is amazing. Indeed, the darkness in your life can even be a good thing for your creativity. It gives you some demons to wrestle with. And there you have it, a deep dive into the 10 principles outlined in Keep Going, 10 Ways to Stay Creative in Good Times and Bad by Austin Kleon. This book is a treasure trove of insights, practical advice, and inspiration for anyone looking to sustain their creativity and passion for the long haul. Whether you're a seasoned artist, aspiring writer, or creative enthusiast, these principles can help guide you through the ups and downs of the creative process and keep you inspired on your creative journey. So, remember to keep going, embrace the daily practice of creating, and stay open to the possibilities that lie ahead. You can find the link to acquire a copy of this incredible book in the description below. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you found this book summary helpful, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more book summaries and insightful content. And share this uplifting summary with someone who may benefit from hearing them. Leave a comment down below if you've read this book or have any other recommendations for us. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of creativity, and we hope you feel inspired to continue pursuing your creative dreams. Stay creative, stay resilient, and keep going. See you in the next video.